Hey friend, Dick Hardy here. Thanks for taking a few minutes to spend some time with me today. You know, one of the questions I hear all the time here at the Hardy Group is, how do I navigate change in a very traditional or older church? Not older in terms of the people, but just a church that's been around a long time. Now, frequently, to state the obvious, I'm sure, church plants and newer churches been around for just a few months, church a few years, they don't have as much difficulty with change because change is the nature of the beast. I mean, they're just changing all the time. You're moving from here to there, finding new locations, so everything always changes. But a lot of you would be involved in a church that's been around for 15, 20, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90 years. Maybe some 100 years, who knows? Those churches have rich history, and we applaud that. We're glad they have that kind of history. But as a church leader, maybe as a pastor, a key volunteer, how do you help navigate that change? How do you help them understand what they need to be doing in terms of moving forward? That's something I want to talk with you a little bit about today. Number one, if you're in a church that has a long history, you need to begin to turn the ship to understanding that the only thing permanent around your church is change. Now, when you start talking this way, don't change things. I mean, it's almost to the effect where you talk about change, but then don't change. Because when you start talking about change, people begin to put their defenses up, and you don't need that. I mean, the reality is people talk about how, well, people don't really like change. And I would argue the issue is not change. The issue really is loss. People don't fear change. They fear loss. So when you start talking about change, let's talk about music, for example. We're going to change the music. It isn't so much that they don't like what you're changing to. It is they're fearful of what they're going to lose. It really is an issue of loss. So as a leader, you have to help people understand that change is not loss. Change is gain. And when you can do that, you can begin to set the stage for change. Now, things aren't going to change overnight. If you're a younger pastor or church leader, you want things to change faster because your span of life is so much shorter. But you need to take the time to help healthy change happen. So talk about change, but then don't change anything. For some of you, this is going to take months and maybe even a few years to make the change you know needs to happen. But you need to take it one step at a time. Meet with the groups that have trouble with change. Meet with the groups that fear loss and help them begin to see that change is gain. Frequently we think of older people being the harder group. You know, it's like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can. You can help them understand that change is gain. And when you're going to lead through change, you have to do it very systematically, and you've got to know your church. Don't just do something because somebody else did it. You need to do it because the Lord has guided you through it. Seek His wisdom, seek counsel, and walk systematically, step by step, taking your time with change. Smart leaders who do that see change begin to happen even in long-term existing churches. I hope this has been helpful for you today. If you're watching this any place other than thehardygroup.org, head on over to the website, pick up any of the free goodies we have there. If you're watching this, of course, as you are, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It makes no difference. Just give us some reaction. We'd like to engage with you in some way. So again, if this is for you, we hope it's been helpful. If it's not been for you, maybe it's for somebody else, pass it on to them. We hope it's a blessing to them. In the meantime, thanks for taking time to hang out with me today. Be blessed and make it a great one.